How's it going, everyone? We got a ton of updates to go over Gotham Knights, so it looks like it is in fact true. The PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions have been canceled. We got some new gameplay of the game as well. We'll talk all about that. Excited to see more about the game, but very interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the cancellation of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions, as it was rumored a little while ago. The Vagrant is a brand new side-scrolling action RPG that's coming to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. And we have an update on PlayStation 5 and PS4 sales numbers, shipments, all that good stuff. We'll get to that briefly at the end of this video. Alright, Gotham Knights, Warner Bros. Games Montreal's title that is scheduled for a release this year on October 25th. Initially, it was scheduled for a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One release alongside the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series and PC release. Now we know the game will only be available on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. This isn't out of the realm of norm. We've seen this happen. I think Dying Light 1 was scheduled for a release on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 last generation. That got canceled, and there were definitely a couple of other games that are just escaping my head right now. I know Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor was initially only released on the PS4 and Xbox One, but then it ultimately got a PS3 and 360 release. But this is definitely happened. It's just it happened like 6-7 years ago, so I don't really remember it, but it is interesting. I didn't know if the pre-order price was already set, but the standard edition is $70, so this is getting a spike up in price. There's a deluxe edition that includes the base game and Visionary Pack downloadable content with exclusive gear, cosmetics, Beyond Suit-style character skins inspired by the Batman Beyond animated series, and more, and then a collector's edition at $300 US. That includes the deluxe edition augmented reality collectible pin, 16-page media book, exclusive Gotham City map, and 4-character statue diorama, and more. The new footage is uploaded on their official channel. Game looks, it looks fine. I just don't feel that there's that much buzz surrounding this game, but hey, like, it's Gotham, it's an IP that everybody knows, it's characters everybody knows. I think this game is gonna do at least relatively decently, and then we'll see if it's a quality game. Look, I was shocked by how much I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy, so I'm not ready to write anything off, even if I am not overwhelmingly impressed by the initial gameplay footage, but this, I think, looks okay. We do know that it's coming October 25th, and hopefully with it being on just the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series, I know people are going to be upset about that. Selfishly, this is something I like to see more of, so the shackles can really come off. I know some people are of the mindset, hey, look at what Horizon Forbidden West was able to produce, even running on last generation platforms. You can get these games looking great, but ultimately, I think we do need to leave PS4 and Xbox One behind. In this instance, in this world that we're living in, yes, it's unfortunate because the supply is still so low and a lot of people don't have these consoles yet. Hopefully by the fall, it is something that you'll be able to get a PS5 and Xbox Series. And, I don't know how much of a system seller this would be for somebody to run out and buy a next-generation platform, but hey, for some people it might be, and if that's the case, more power to you. It's just, when you see, like, a roster of games that are only available on PS5 and Xbox Series, that is, I think, more of a system seller than one lone game, so this might just add to the roster of games for some people, alongside all the other games and the performance upgrades and everything like that. But nonetheless, that'll be coming October 25th. We'll see how that ultimately turns out. Cautiously optimistic towards that. And you guys know me. Pessimism reigns supreme when it comes to me sometimes. So we're going to try to remain cautiously optimistic. Alright, next up, Rainy Frog will release OTK Games' developed side-scrolling action RPG, The Vagrant. It's coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, and in June under the title of The Sword of the Vagrant, the publisher had officially announced. Now, The Vagrant first launched back in July of 2018, and it's a $4 game that I've seen go on sale. It's in my Steam library. I think we've seen it go on sale for sub $2, so it's been available very cheap. If you look at the game immediately, you're gonna get vibes of like a Vanillaware title, a Dragon's Crown, a Muramasa the Demon Blade, one of those games. The game notes guide Vivian the Vagrant through vibrant and dynamic landscapes while hacking and slashing a path from a quiet coastal village through mysterious forests, haunted castles, and wrecked battlegrounds. When the endless barrage of enemies have been vanquished, what solace will be left for our hero? The game does have a very positive reception reception across nearly 6,000 Steam user reviews. 90% of those reviews are positive. And again, if you're a fan of side-scrolling action RPGs, something to be on the lookout for. If you want a side-scrolling action RPG right now, you can check out Eden Chronicle Rising. I saw a lot of people compare that to a Vanillaware title as well. If that's something up your alley, you can check that out. That's actually out today. Available on Xbox Game Pass as well. The game notes hand-painted, traditionally animated characters, flawless hardcore action combat, over 70 deadly and dangerous monsters and beasts, 6 massive level sets, all beautifully hand-painted, multiple weapons, armors, and accessories to loot, purchase, and discover. So, hopefully it sees a similar price point release on consoles as well. Sometimes with these super cheap games, you do see a little bit of a spike, so I could see this ending up being like $4.99 or $7.99. But hey, if it's $4, that'll definitely be something I think a lot of people end up checking out just because of the price point. But that will be out this coming June. And then lastly, PlayStation 5 shipments have topped 19.3 million, while PS4 tops 117.2 million units. That's a lot for the PS4. Yeah, the PS4 is not gonna lap the PS2, just not gonna happen. The PS2 is out like an outrageous number, excuse me, and the PlayStation 4 has definitely slowed down. PlayStation 5, again, 19.3, PS4, 117.2, and that was a part of their financial results for fiscal year ending on March 31st of 2022. A total of 2 million PS5 units and 0.1 million PS4 units were shipped during the 3 months ending on March 31st. PS5 shipments were down 1.3 from the 3.3 million shipped during the same period during the previous fiscal year, while PS4 shipments were down 0.9 million from the 1 million shipped. They also noted there are 47.4 million PlayStation Plus subscribers as of March 31st, which is down 0.2 million from the 47.6 million subscribers during the same period the previous fiscal year. I really am curious to see how that number is going to fluctuate over the course of the next year or so, especially with the introduction of PlayStation Plus Premium, but we'll see. PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 software combined sold 70.5 million units in the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2021, which is up 9.1 million from the 61.4 million software sold during the same period the previous fiscal year. 14.5 million units were first-party titles, which is up 6.6 from the 7.9 sold during the same period during the previous fiscal year. 71% of software sales were full game software digital downloads compared to 79% the previous year. That's such a staggering number to me, how quickly it has grown, or even in this case where, software sales being digital downloads, it being down 70% just in general. Man, that's a crazy number, and hopefully we still get physical games, pretty regularly with major releases, but at some point, I could easily see a publisher being like, yo, why are we even gonna release this physically? Maybe we can release it digitally only, and then get more people to buy it via digital download, and we can even generate even more revenue that way. That's not really happening at this stage of the game, but I would not be surprised to see a couple publishers go down that route within, let's say, the next 16 to 24 months, so that's a long time period, but I could definitely see something like that happening. But obviously, probably from a Sony standpoint, they want to keep a good relationship with their retail partners, which definitely makes all the sense in the world as well. At this point, the PS4 has also topped 117 million units. Look, like, the PS4 sales are gonna slow down. In the year 2022, I don't know who is really looking to buy a PS4. Like, obviously, you're gonna get a couple sales here and there, but this idea that it can beat the PS2, I think that was long put to rest a while ago. Any console selling north of 100 million units, that's always gonna be like a pretty respectable number. A lot of consoles in previous generations didn't even top 100 million, so 117 is very successful. You also have to remember that the PS4 is having a very lengthy life cycle, so it's been able to, continue to get support and whatnot. And, yeah, very good number for the PS4, especially because I know some of you guys back in 2013 remember the rhetoric heading into the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One's releases, where a lot of people thought it was going to be, the last console generation, things were going to be moving to mobile even. Yeah, there were some wild things being said, which in retrospect, obviously hindsight is always going to be 2020, but is kind of humorous to look at now. seeing how well the PS4 did, and the PS5 still being an incredibly hot commodity. I don't know if it's enhanced by that element of FOMO. I always have friends, like, telling me that, yo, the PS5 is doing so well because of FOMO, but, you know, it is what it is. I wouldn't be spending north of $700 or whatever the price on eBay is right now, but I do believe the eBay prices are coming down. But then there's also the talk of chip shortages, so who the hell knows? You know, hopefully most of you guys that watch our videos, you're probably online a decent bit of time and you have a decent inclination of when the restocks are happening and whatnot, so you have been able to get a PS5. That would be ideal, but nonetheless, you know, 19.3 million at this point is pretty good. You would like to see that ramp up as the consoles are readily available nationwide. But that is going to do it for me. Again, let me know your thoughts on Gotham Knights being canceled on PS4 and Xbox One. I feel like that's pretty major news, but, you know, the interest level of that game I haven't felt like was sky high, but, you know, we're still 5 months away from the release, so that could easily build up. The Vagrant coming to PS5 and PS4, and PS5 shipments, you know, they're looking okay at 19.3 million. It's just going to be the story when, you know, there's not that many PS5 out there still, but PS4 topping 117.2, so that's slowly growing, but that's definitely gonna slow down as people are not too keen on still buying a PS4 in the year 2022 and going into 2023. That's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.